dig it? Can you dig it? We can dig it. Can you dig it? We can dig it. I'm your nosy neighbor lady. This your nosy neighbor lady show. This topic just tinkled me pink. Like I was just on the floor and watching the men talk about it. It was just so funny. So it y'all might know Paul Pierce, you might not, but if you clicked on this video, more than likely you know Paul Pierce. So he's like getting mad at streamers, right? Because they're like basically inflating the price of vagina. Yeah, basically the rates and the cost of vagina is going up. Why? Because of streamers. So Paul Pierce, aka Pookie, is hating on the geeks and the educated lames because he can't afford baddies anymore, or young women anymore, or women who he thinks he's entitled to, or that should give him the time and the place for a little bit of itty bitty teeny weeny teeny weeny amount of money. I don't know what his size is. I don't want to know. I'm not interested. At his age, it might or may not work, but considering he's been in the NBA, he's pounded so many women that he might need a little Cialis or Viagra. But look, so this came up because somebody asked him about the girl Sophie Rain. She's a younger girl. She's an OnlyFans creator. She's white. It doesn't really matter what color she is. But she said that an athlete offered her $15 million to take her virginity. Some people think it's a virginity that's real. Some people think it's a fake virginity. Nobody knows. Like this video for nobody knows why you like this video or don't like it. I get it. They say you have to ask. But Vlad, she did an interview with Vlad, and I was watching that, and he like debunked it, or some people think she was lying or whatever. Do I care? I think any girl who shows her body at 18 and becomes a millionaire, a billionaire, I can't really shame it because I ain't never seen that type of money. And I was only 18 once. Oh, she was lying about her age too, but this ain't about her. But yeah, he was calling out streamers for spending money on chicks, and it's so ironic because it's like all the cool guys or the jocks or the guys who was always big time, they crying because the educated lames or the simps who use their brain and their technology savvy ways to get money and women. Like, who would have knew the nerds would have been winning type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he mad because the nerds winning. So him playing basketball all his life and teasing men because he was like, y'all still ain't got no game. He was so mad on the podcast. He like got up after that question and walked away, took a breather. But that's what he was saying. They can't get these women in real lives. And it's so funny because it's like athletes pay for vag and get women they don't have access to in real lives, i.e., why they get all this money and marry a white woman or a Latino woman. I don't have a problem with it, but they wouldn't have access to those women if they weren't paid. And then it's not even like they're marrying the most beautiful women of other races. They're like basic Becky's, basically. But it's neither here nor there. But he called them weak. Talking about they ain't got no game. He mad because he priced out the pussy market. But basically, so he's mad because these streamers are basically paying women their worth or giving these women value or validation or, dare I say, self esteem, you know? And he talking about they giving them millions and thousands of dollars. So we're back to old men being mad because they don't have access to the prime women in their prime, the cream of the crop, basically. Is Paul Pierce 50 years old or 60? I think he's probably in his 50s. I don't know about his look. I didn't really look it up, but I know he retired. I know he didn't age well. He didn't age well. I'm not gonna act like he was just such an ugly guy when he was younger, but he wasn't nobody. Well, you know, with black male worship, he was somebody to somebody if he was a regular guy, but definitely don't have the look. Some men grow older and they actually look pretty nice or pretty good looking. Is this my voice in the background? Oh my God! I hope it not. Damn, I'm gonna have to. I guess I'm gonna put my, yeah, please. Hopefully it's not, but we'll see how it sounds. But we gonna push through, and if we gotta re-record, I'll record, but not likely. But look, yeah, simps are ruining the market by overpaying. That was a comment. And it's so funny because they all sound like Johns. Like, y'all buy pussy, but y'all want to buy it like that. What's the deal? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, even if you look at escorts and real prostitutes and real streetwalkers, they'll tell you all the time that they really don't see black men. They don't even want to see black men. Or if they do, they'll see an older black man. They don't want a younger black man, which actually is contrary to what I'm kind of saying, but whatever. Well, contrary because that guy is older. But he ain't got the cakes. He got money for a regular streetwalker, or a regular escort girl, but not the ones that he looking for on IG. Come on now. But didn't he get stabbed 11 times? I saw that about him. I don't know why they stabbed him, but the way he talking, I kind of got a clue. I kind of got a clue. One comment said, you know how the thing on the, what is it, Chris Tucker talking about, who you think you got? Chelsea Clinton? So somebody put 15 million Chelsea Clinton. I thought that was funny. But it's just funny that Brains over Braun is winning right now. He mad because he can't exploit young women. He can't exploit women because they're just smarter and they're young and they're valuing their youth. They're putting the money on their youth and their time, and I think they should. And the one, because somebody left me a comment talking about you're promoting prostitution. No, I'm not promoting prostitution. I think every woman should go to school and do the right thing and get a job and get married. Do we live in a society? Is that obtainable for every woman? No. I would love everybody to be married and fathers stay at home and women could count on men to take care of them and their children and have two income households that are productive, thriving, and not toxic. Like this video if you can. Oh, one person talking about a trick can't call a trick a trick. Then they say he broke up with a woman because she didn't have makeup on. So it's like you mad because the woman you was dating or smashing looked bad without makeup when you were only using her, exploiting her, and didn't really want to get to know her as a woman. Because if you did, you would have loved her without makeup, and if you did, you would have been knew she didn't have makeup because she would have been comfortable enough to know that you really loved her or really liked her and wanted a future with her. So since you just wanted a fantasy and a performance, that's what she gave you, what you paid for, which was a fantasy, a performance, sexuality. Because you didn't want to know this girl for who she is. You didn't want to value her and bear children with her and marry her. I don't even think he's married now the way he talks. But I think this is just a case of a man who is past his prime and very delusional. Like a lot of old black men on this internet. Very much so delusional. And then he like lost a job with ESPN because he was on a stream with hookers and SCX workers. A job with ESPN. So his penis has been leading him astray for a long, long time, despite the millions, maybe billions of dollars he's made in his life and over his career. So his penis is not doing good thinking for him. Because to mess up an ESPN deal, they said like they got a thing with Disney, like a morals clause or something. And you think it's okay as an old man who's on ESPN, you want to be seen with SCX workers because what does that do for your ego? Well, we know that black men egos are so small and fragile that they need these type of things to make them feel needed, wanted, or valued because they don't value things like wealth or family or anything that other races of people value. They just value their penises and stimulation to their ears that make them feel better and coddling and protecting. They need like to be protected. They like to be coddled. And this just tickled me. I thought this was very funny. But yeah, they wanted a fantasy woman. She sold them a fantasy. What? Can't access young women not in his prime. We said that. He talking about it's like cheating. It's like cheating if a girl wear makeup. The way his mouth go, his mouth is like cheating. Anybody got to listen to that? It got to be nigger rigged. It's nigger rigged. The jig is up. They cheating in the game. The game is cheating. The robot, the computer cheating. They won't let me win. Cause with his mouth, he would have to pay a woman to be around him. So how I didn't know, how he didn't know he was using that woman and she was using him. Oh, duh. Yeah. Oh, then he was on one podcast with the guy from the Timberwolves. What was that dark skinned bald head guy who used to play for the Timberwolves? Not Garnett. It ain't Kevin Garnett. That's it might be. I don't know what his name is, but he played for the Timberwolves, and they was on a podcast, and he's like, it's a website where you can rent a girlfriend for a day. I rented me a girlfriend. So I guess that website is costing more money these days, and he don't have it. So I guess he's crying and storming off his own podcast because he's mad because streamers are making money for their brains and not their physique, I guess. And he's like, they be in the club looking like nerds and they're in the money section. It's like, okay, tell us you didn't invest your money right without telling us you didn't invest your money right. Ooh, thought he would be on top forever. Cry, cry, baby. Cry. Well, this was a fun video. But I hope you have a good weekend. I hope you like this video. You can leave a comment if you feel comfortable. I'm finna go. Thanks for your time. In the meantime, in between time, we'll do it all again on 99 Trend. Bye.